Hey, this is Man-Made Mead. Today we're bottling two different meads, and I'll explain what they are, and hopefully I'm going to give you some insight into some lessons I learned about these specific ingredients. So I have in front of me, I have two little tasters. I'm going to be bottling a pear mead as well as a cherry mead, and both of them are roughly, the pear mead is like a year and 3 months old. The cherry mead is roughly like 9 or 12, like 11 months old, something like that, 9 or 10, I can't remember. But they're both, they've been sitting for a while like this. You can see this one right here has got some headspace on it. I want to try and make sure that that doesn't set for too terribly long, which it's already sat for a while. And then the cherry mead has some headspace on it too. So let's go ahead and try it, and I'll tell you some flavors, or some testing of it, and I'm also going to try and warn you about some things that I figured out with these meads. So let's try the pear mead, the older one. Just smelling it, definitely has a pear smell to it. I recall whenever I made this mead, I used actual pears and a traditional mead, and it kind of created a really cloudy mead. I mean, like I said, this has been sitting for roughly a year and 3 months. And it's still so cloudy. I could go through and probably use some extra things and clear it up, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have it cloudy and not full of chemicals all the time. But you can see it's not terribly, I mean, it's just not clear. It's just okay. The pears did that. The pectin in the pears, because I didn't put enzyme into the mead, beforehand, really kind of took over. So lesson I learned there is if you use a fruit that has lots of pectic in it, make sure you use pectic enzyme before you put the fruit in. So let's try it. Yeah, it's like definitely dry. I don't really want to go too wild with the sweetening. Honestly, part of my issue is that I want to go ahead and bottle them so I can use the bottles, the carboys for something else. But then also, I'm going to redo them in the future and hopefully do some better stuff. It could use more pear flavor. I get the not ripe pear flavor, and I think that's kind of a problem. I'm going to try it again with real pears. I'll make sure and put the recipe here too, so you can see what I did. It's okay. It's just all right. Very dry. Very like, imagine if you had like apple juice, but you took away the sweet. It's kind of what it tastes like with, of course, pears. The cherry is from a big traditional mead I made. I made about 7 gallons of traditional mead and broke it into different parts. Part of it turned into my white chocolate cherry. Another part of it turned into, what was it? Tropical mead, which is up there. And then there was this. I put real pitted cherries into this. And again, the recipe's right here. Real pitted cherries. And it's pretty clear looking at it. Fill focus. Last time I tried this thing, it was incredible, which was months ago. I don't know how long ago it's been, but it was really good. I think the actual cherries being introduced into it made it really good. It's kind of wine tasting, which mead is like wine, but it was very much so closer to wine. So let's try this. It smells great. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Super smooth. The cherry flavor pops really nicely. You get some sweet cherry. You don't get like tart. It's just a good mead. Then we have this, which was, is not so sweet. It's kind of bland. But I'm cool with where they are now. I don't want to go too crazy with sweetening and doing that stuff because then I have to add potassium sorbate and metabisulfite, and I don't want to do that. So this is about a 12% mead. This is about a 10% mead. Not too heavy. Pretty nice stuff. What we're going to do is bottle today, and most of you are familiar with the bottling process. If not, I'll go ahead and walk through it. It takes about 10 seconds. You take and use a auto siphon, which has a hose on it, and a bottling wand like this. And then I'm going to elevate. I've elevated my liquid so that the gravity will help it flow. We will move into each bottle. I plan on using a couple just beer bottles, and then some clear 375 milliliters that are going to be corked. The beer bottles are, of course, capped. We'll do that with both of these. I'm not going to record this process because it's very simple and I think it's kind of a waste of your time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bottle these, and then don't run away yet because I have some information about giving away a bottle of each of these. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you stick around. I will be right back after these are bottled and capped and corked. All right, so we have finished bottling and capping and corking. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I feel like it's standard in general. I have sanitized everything. I use Star San. I have a little spray bottle I like to use. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Oh, it's not by me right now. But it's my Star San solution. I also use some Star San water like in here, and I can dip things and whatnot. So I finished bottling them all, and here's what I got. I yielded about 8 bottles in total, 2 375s, and then 6 like beer bottle sizes from both of those. I will go ahead and I'll have to make new labels. And so here's like an example of my labeling. This is from like apple pie bochet I made. I've got a couple templates that I use that I had somebody help me create, and I basically put in the information I need into the templates, and then I print those out, and I can change colors as I need them and whatnot. But you have an opportunity to win one of these bottles. So I'll be giving 2 bottles away, and 1 pear, 1 cherry. If you want to win one of these bottles, you need to do 3 things. You need to make sure that you're a YouTube subscriber. That helps, and that's probably one of the most important things. Then you need to comment down below saying, I want to win that bottle, or win a bottle. And then the 3rd thing is you need to, I will announce it on Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, which is @manmademead, and you'll know if you won. I'll announce the winners a week from the time this is posted, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and you might be a winner. So this has been a fun mead. I would say my 3 takeaways generally from making any mead with fruit. The first one is that you want to make sure that your fruit is ripe. It has the full flavor that you want, because the flavor you put in, like an unripe apple, is going to give off an unripe apple flavor. So I would make sure that you pick good quality fruit if you put stuff in like that. I would also just make sure you try and, like number 2, try and do some of the tips to get the better fruit flavors to pop. So for example, like with pears, you cut them up and then you can freeze them and thaw them, freeze, thaw, freeze, thaw. What happens with that is it takes the cells of the fruit and it kind of makes them explode, which then actually imparts flavor better. I did not do that with the pears, I don't think. I can't recall. I don't think I did. But that would have helped quite a bit. So number 2. And then number 3, know that some fruit flavors change and pop out more over time and some don't. So I would say in this case, cherry actually popped out more over time, while pear became more subtle. So there's kind of some scientific research you got to do with that as you test things, and I'll try and help you guys out and tell you my findings, but that's kind of what I found. And it's good information to know and figure out. I hope you've enjoyed getting to watch this, and this has been a long time coming. If you have been a subscriber since I made the pear mead, since I made the cherry mead, thanks for watching. If you're just new to the channel and this is your first time seeing a video, I hope I can entertain you some more and give you some more information. My goal is to always present information to you guys and help you become better mead makers through watching me make mistakes, or hopefully sometimes have some good meads pop out. And it's just a blast. So thank you for your time, and I hope you guys will check out all my links down below if you want to support the channel. I greatly appreciate that. There's a bunch of stuff. And then of course, if you want to win a bottle, make sure you do all the steps below. So appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and good luck with winning a bottle. Cheers.